Welcome to board members and school administrators, early childhood directors, and anyone else who happens to tune in today to the virtual presentation for the conference here on Rule 11 childcare. Is it sustainable in rural Nebraska? That's really what you all are here to talk about today. And I wanted to share with you, this is our early childhood building and district office. There's 11,000 square feet, just under 11,000, and about 10,000 of that is early childhood, and then 1,000 is district office. So we built this building and opened it in August of 2017. So I'm going to talk to you about the story of Morrill, Nebraska, and how we expanded early childhood education in Morrill, and we'll start with a history. So in 2006 through 2016, we had one classroom of early childhood preschool in our elementary facility, and we had a morning session and an afternoon session, 12 hours a week, 3 hours a day, 4 days a week, typically 3-year-olds in the morning and 4-year-olds in the afternoon. In September of 2015, we had a community engagement meeting, strategic planning session with about 100 adults from the community, and asked about an empty property that we had and what would the community like for us to do with that empty property. And the loud and compelling outcry from the community was to build an early childhood facility for infants through preschool, pre-kindergarten. And so because we had that meeting and launched into engineering and so on, and building design and then eventually construction, in the 16-17 school year, we expanded to 2 classrooms at the elementary school, thinking that if we were going to build a 7-classroom facility, we certainly need to be able to fill 2 classrooms. So we expanded into 2 classrooms at the elementary school in 16-17 school year, and we had both of them full day. Now, some of the parents the first year chose to do half day anyway, which was fine. And some of our parents still, a few parents have a half day, their children in half day preschool. But most of the families, 3-year-olds were in one classroom, 4-year-olds were in the other, and most of the families were indeed full-time, full-day preschool, 5 days a week, 36 hours of programming as opposed to the 12 hours of programming. And it was not hard to get those 2 classrooms full, because now we were meeting the needs of the parents that were both working, or single parents that are working, rather than having to go to daycare after our 12 hours of programming. In 2017-18, the building was built, and we moved in August of 2017. And even though the building had 7 classrooms, we started with 5 rooms of programming, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m., infant through preschool. We had one infant room, 1 toddler room, and then 3 preschool rooms. We were surprised that we started that strongly, and actually in 17-18, we made the decision not just to have this facility open during the school year, but it was open year-round. And so we had year-round programming, 11 hours a day, 5 days a week. In 1920, we added an early childhood special education teacher and an early childhood program coordinator director. And then in 2021, this school year, we actually expanded into classroom number 6. And so we have 3 preschool rooms, 2 toddler rooms, and 1 infant room. So just to give you a glimpse, so this is the infant toddler playground on one side of the building, and this year we have 8 infants enrolled and 18 toddlers enrolled in between 2 classrooms. On the other side of the building, we have a preschool playground, and we have 3 preschool rooms. Our capacity, we feel, is 18 in each classroom, and we currently have 51 preschoolers. Some distinctives about our building. is that we're accredited through NDE's Rule 11. We're also licensed DHHS facility, so we accept subsidy for children infant through pre-kindergarten. We also have a Head Start partnership with ESU 13, which is the Head Start grant coordinator for the Panhandle of Nebraska. And right now we have 22 seats filled with Head Start children. We are also a Step Up to Quality school, and then we're currently in the process of Cognia accreditation. So we're undergoing a readiness review in February, and we'll have somebody experienced and with expertise in early childhood education that will do our readiness review, and then hopefully next fall we'll have our actual accreditation visit, and we would be accredited infant through 12th grade. Now, before we get into the financial side of things, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about how did we do this to go from one classroom, 12 hours a week, 2 sessions of programming, to 5 classrooms, now 6. How did we get all that done? Well, one of the things that has been really helpful to us here at Morrill is that even before Rule 11 was revised, we had a waiver before the waiver was written into Rule 11. So in visiting with the Commissioner of Education, appealing to the board, the state school board and the Department of Early Childhood, we were granted the opportunity to, if our staff met certain requirements, if they had at least 2 years of college toward a teaching certificate, preferably an associate's degree in early childhood education, if we advertised every year for our open positions, our teaching positions, and shows the State Department who we were interviewing and who we hired and what their credentials were, how far along in their program they were, what classes they were taking each semester, and so on, then we would be given a waiver of the teacher certification requirements, and that certainly helped us get started, because when we first opened, we had 1 certified teacher. And then literally 3 days before the opening day, we found a 2nd certified teacher. And then in year 2, we had 1 certified teacher because one of those left. And in year 3, we had 4 certified staff members. And now we have 6 certified staff members. And so if we had to have certificated teachers from the very beginning in each classroom, the workforce pool just wasn't there for us, and now we're seeming to be able to do that. But that was certainly very helpful. And Rule 11 has been revised to basically permit any district in the state to do a similar kind of program that we were granted 2 years before the revision came along, and that was really helpful. But now it's available to everyone. So if you're not familiar with that, look at Rule 11 as revised. I think it was June or July of 2020, and you'll be able to see those changes there. So now on to the financial side of things. Let's pause for a second. Can I pause and go back and start just